Wholesalers, if you guys want to make more money per deal, you need to understand on how to run a renovation budget, even if you're not flipping it. In today's video, I'm in a house right now that we assigned for $40,000, and this is exactly on what you need to do to flip a house and understand on what you need to do to renovate it. So let's go ahead in today's video. We're gonna start the video off in the master bedroom. This is one of the most important things when you're flipping a house because these people are actually paying the price to buy the house. So what you need to do in this example, I would do a dual vanity in here, right? You got one sink right here, one sink right there. I would do a whole big walk-in shower. I'd rip out all these tiles. You're gonna take out these nasty old mirrors, these new lights. I'm gonna run 2 new lights in here. I'm gonna probably even either do a new one or just remove it completely and get rid of that. The next thing inside of here is you got this big walk-in closet. This is huge for resale value because you gotta think girls have a ton of clothes. If you wanna have a good, happy life, you have a happy wife. So what we do in here is I'd redo all of this inside of here. I'd do all the closet space again. If you can get away with just painting some of them, do it. It'll help you to save some money. So we're in the hallway bathroom here. What I would do is I do new doors throughout all of the property. I'm gonna do another dual vanity in here if I can fit it because I got 2 other bedrooms over here that are gonna use this bathroom, right? So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the tub, right? This is a house that's in a really kind of a friendly neighborhood. More for families, right? So I'm gonna keep the tub in here, but I'm gonna tile out through the rest of it and make it really nice. I'm gonna get rid of this tub because it's old, it's janky, it's not gonna make a whole lot of sense. If I can add a double vanity in here too, it's gonna help the resale value dramatically. So here's 2 other bedrooms that are up here that what you're gonna do is pretty basic. You're gonna use the same floors that you're using throughout them. If you wanna use carpets, you obviously can, but if you're using this as a rental, I would not suggest that at all. You're gonna do new fans, new light switches, and you're gonna keep it pretty simple. If you have to do new closets too as well, that's something that's gonna add a ton of value, and that's something that I would do in the bedrooms, keep it basic. So we're up here on the stairs. You got all this really custom tile. It's very Arizonan, but I would get rid of it all and I'd redo all of this with some vinyl, so that way you can put this looking great. These rails, I mean, they're okay. You might wanna finish these off or you might wanna redo them. It obviously is kind of optional for the buyer. This is something that might help to add some value. You're gonna do a new light fixture up here, and then we're gonna go downstairs and show you guys the kitchen. Layouts are everything when it comes to flipping houses. So if you got a wonky layout like we have here, we have the kitchen right behind. So this is the living room, and if you open up this wall, you're gonna have amazing island space right here, and then you're just gonna reconfigure the kitchen, so let's go show you that. So you wanna think about cost effectiveness when you're always doing this type of stuff. So one of the things that we got over here is we got electrical wires that we're gonna have to move. We also have a water line. So if we're gonna put an island right here, one of the cool things that I already have is I have electrical and I have water. So if I wanted to put the sink in here, I could. If I don't want to put the sink in there, I don't have to either. So you got some options when you're playing around with this stuff. So what I would do is I'd move the fridge over here or move it back over there. I put it somewhere out of the way so that way I'm not gonna run into it, because obviously this is where the fridge is supposed to go right now. We don't have this whole peninsula anymore, so that's gonna be allowing us to put that fridge over here, or like I said, we could put it over on that side too as well. We have some options. I'm gonna leave the stove exactly where it is. I'm not gonna touch anything with that. Having the sink right in front of the window is always the money shot. This is exactly what you need to look for when you're flipping houses. Most builders always do that. And then obviously we're gonna get rid of all these old cabinets. They're in good condition, but at the end of the day, you're gonna want something nice, modern, that's gonna sell for a lot more. To do something like this, you're maybe looking at probably about $15,000 to $20,000 depending on the upgrades that you're gonna do. But this is a relatively pretty small kitchen, so you're not gonna cost a ton of money to do it, but it's gonna be well worth it because you're gonna have that open shot as soon as you walk in that front door, and that's what's gonna sell this house. When it comes to the backyard, this is one of the most important things, especially in Arizona. A lot of people spend time out here outside. So this backyard, as you can see, needs definitely some landscaping, some repair, and some just kind of love, right? So what I would do inside of here is I'd probably make all this turf so that way you have like a runway for some kids, some dogs, whatever it is. You got really great side patios on both of these, right? So you have all of this for like an RV gate over here. This is gonna help resale value dramatically. So let's say I work in, construction, or I have, a boat or whatever, a toy, RV maybe. I can park that right here and I don't have to worry about the HOA getting on me or anything like that, since it's in my own property. It's not parked outside or anything. So having an RV gate helps value dramatically, and that's something that we always advertise and market when we're wholesaling real estate, because we know it's gonna get buyers excited when we're going to sell it on the retail side or to our investors. So I would redo part of this porch. You got a lot of the fascia that's coming off. And then underneath too as well, I would redo all of that. So just some small things that are gonna help to resell this house are just giving some turf to it, cleaning up all the landscaping, getting rid of a lot of the rocks that are here. is just gonna make this house look 10 times better just by some small things. Doing this backyard, maybe you're looking at about $15,000 just to do the backyard. Lastly, curb appeal is everything. When you're going inside of a house, you gotta make sure that it has good curb appeal, especially if you're gonna sell it to your investors. This house has a great curb appeal right off the get-go. It's in a cul-de-sac lot, which is amazing. You have this big driveway for the RV gate, extra storage for extra cars. You have a garage door. Just some things that are just gonna sell this house a little bit more is just cleaning up some of the front landscaping, painting the house, painting the garage door, and then doing a new front door, and then just doing some landscaping up here because it is pretty gnarly. There's a lot of overgrown weeds, a lot of rocks that are just all random all over the place. So these things are gonna help you to sell your property for top value. So hopefully this video broke down exactly what you need to do when you're wholesaling houses, and keep in mind what your investors are gonna think about when they're walking these flips and what they're gonna do to them and how much is roughly gonna cost. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me and reach out today. And if you guys like these videos, make sure to subscribe and we'll keep posting them.